If you guys are lacking coins throughout Team of the Season, then check out IG Vault with the link down below. It's so easy to buy for them, and they're by far the quickest site around. They even update you as your coins go in. Use code Kurt for 6% off. What's up guys, Curtis here and welcome to a brand new FIFA 16 video. Yesterday we had FIFA 17, but today we're back with FIFA 16 and we are going to be looking at some cool Euro 2016 stuff. Now this one, a little bit different. Now, I'm sure you guys are too, all mixed up in the Euro stuff that's going on at the moment. England, of course, play tomorrow against Iceland tomorrow night. But I'm super excited with all this Euro stuff. I literally have not been able to miss a single thing. Every moment I've been sat there watching it almost too much. But whilst I was watching the Spain-Turkey game, I believe it was, last week, I actually recorded this. I thought it'd be quite cool. I recorded the one part of it, and you guys will see in a second. So, of course, you guys know there's the Panini sticker books that come out every year, and I thought it'd be quite fun to open a bunch of different packs. I actually had just enough, other than the last pack I took 2 players, to fill the full 23-man squad. So I filled it all up. We took 1 player from each pack. As we're going through it, I'm going to show you guys each player I took, and then we're going to try and build a cool squad with it. Last week, we did a similar Euro Lucky Dip thing with UT Coin Bets. Today, we're doing it with packs. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see this more often, though, where we randomly get a bunch of different players and have to build a squad out of it. And, of course, this week, and same with last week, too, very Euro-heavy focus because, of course, the Euros is what's going on, so we just want Euro players. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be stopping and starting. I've got the video over there. So, as you can see, I opened the first pack here. Like I said, we got quite a few different packs. In the first one, we got Kuka, who plays for Milan. Stepanenko, who plays for Shakhtar Donetsk. Then we get the double of Paco Alcacer and David Silva. And then we get Bruno Alves and Tomas Hubercan. So, in the doubles, I allowed myself to use both of them. So let me pause that now. I allow myself that I can use both. So I'm going to go ahead and put Alcacer and we're going to put David Silva in the squad. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put their concepts in for now. And then we're going to go through and we're going to put each one in their proper cards when I've built a squad. So we'll only use 18 of the players, even though we should have 23, I believe. We'll only get 18 of them. But then once everyone's in, I'll try and build the best squad, and then we'll actually buy each individual one. But if we continue it again, we're going to see I'm opening the second pack. I tried to include some of the tears, because that's always satisfying, isn't it? But we get Ogashan, Oshikup, and Yilmaz in a double. I didn't want to use too many doubles, but you'll see we get Mavraj, we get Neil Taylor, which I was considering pretty heavily. Josip Dermic, I didn't want to use him. And then we got a double of Florenzi and Moratti. But I decided I wanted to go a little bit different and go with a Turkish mix. So I went for Oshikup and Burak Yilmaz. So, as we stick Oshikup in, of course, he used to play for Arsenal. I've mentioned this in a Team of the Season video. Of course, he's got his Team of the Season card. We'll just stick that one in for now, and of course, we can use higher rated cards if we decide to keep them. And we'll stick Yilmaz in the right wing. I'm literally just going to fill this up with players, and as we go, we'll just see. But next up, we have Lucas Szuzalak. I don't know how to say it. Then we have the same double. We have Paco Alcacer and David Silva. So I've got to just chuck that one. We don't need it. Then we got, it wouldn't focus here for a second, but we've got Vlad Chiriches and Dragos Grigori. I've never heard of him. Michael Durish, Andriy Yarmolenko, who I don't believe is on the game. And I couldn't decide what to go for, but I decided to go for Vlad Chiriches and Grigori. Now take this however you like. I've already put Chiriches in, but Dragos Grigori doesn't actually appear on the game. He used to play for Toulouse, and he's since moved to the Qatari League. Now, if you put in the concept squad, it says no player found. So we're just taking Vlad Chiriches from that one. But on to the next one, we get Christoph Kramer, I believe, as... Oh, Max Cruz, our first one, sorry. Then we get Edmar. It's upside down. I sped this up a little bit. Xherdan Shaqiri, Ozcan. Max Cruz was one I was considering, but Shaqiri is actually at the Euro, so we decided to go for him. So as we stick Xherdan Shaqiri in, I'm just going to pick just his standard 80 right mid one. I thought he had an attacking mid card, but he obviously doesn't. Anyway, next up we got the offer of Luke Shaw, Ivan Perisic. We got the double of Stephen Ward and Hendrick and Oleg Gushev. Now, and then Matthias Ginter and Neuer, but because Ginter wasn't there, I kind of didn't want to go for him. Now, I was between the two, but I went for Perisic. He's also had a pretty good Euros too, so I thought it'd be fair to include the guy, and he's been fantastic. He was great against Spain, and he was one of my players of the tournament beforehand, so I'm glad he's lived up to the expectations on him. But next up we have Adam Pinter, Tulen Xhaka and Gashi, Ozan Tufan, an Irish pair, and just honestly no one really that interesting. So I actually went for Ozan Tufan in the end just because he is Turkish. Next up, we have Christoph Kramer. This is who I thought it was earlier. Obviously, he's not at the tournament. We have Lucas Susukala again, who keeps popping up. I don't know how to say his name, and I don't know if he's even on the game, so I'm not going to go for him. We get Andy King, obviously at Leicester, not featured too much, but he's been involved with Wales a little bit. I was kind of between the two, but I do decide to go for Andy King in the end, because Robert Almer, at the time, he hadn't had that crazy game against Portugal, so I didn't really know who he was, so I do go for Andy King right there. And of course, if we look at his card as well, he has his standard 70, which we'll probably use should we decide to use him, but then he also has that 74, I believe it was a purple card that they decided to give him. Once again as well, guys, I don't know if it's just me, but my hay fever is driving me insane lately. I feel like I'm mentioning it in every video, but let me know in the comments down below if you're struggling as much as I am with hay fever lately. No tablet is even touching the spot. But next up, we get the chance for Harry Kane. He's one of them. We get Pashtim Kasami, which could have been interesting to link up with Shaqiri. We've got Gökhan Toure, and then we've got Rui Patricio and Cedric Link. Now, I thought this was a pretty interesting one. I do actually end up going for Rui Patricio and Cedric because I don't really have any right backs and I don't have a goalie, so I thought that would be a good choice to go for. It's between them two or Harry Kane, but I go for those two in the end. Now, as you see as we add these in, this actually ended up being a genius decision from me towards the end. You'll see shortly, I get one player that I think is absolutely going to completely change the game with some of our links. Now, I think we're less likely to get more chem on this one as we did the UT Coinbets one, because I picked these as I went, which I thought would make it more of like a squad builder challenge, that I have the 23 players and have to try and build something with it before, like afterwards, whereas with UT Coinbets I was doing it as we were going. But now that's an extra 2 players to add to our list, and we're going to go on to the next pack now. And Bogdan Stanku, of course, he scored the 2 goals. Aaron Hughes, I don't think I'd be picking him. Lorenzo Insigne is a pretty good card to get. As soon as I saw him, I was pretty sure. Lacazette's not actually here, and Akos Elek, who even is he? So I did go for Lorenzo Insigne, and I thought he'd be a pretty decent choice to have. Of course, as well, he's got plenty of cards we can choose from. If we want him in cam or left wing, the option is there for both, but we'll stick him on the bench just for now. And then next up, we get Florian Gardas as one of our first choices. I saw him and was like, hang on, this is amazing. We get Chris Baird, Michael McGovern, Dragos Grigore is back again, but there was also the England duo, but I thought Florian Gardos. Now this one, you guys may be surprised by this one. Why am I going for Florian Gardos? Now just look at what's going on here. Ignore the goalie chemistry. Apologies for that already, but Florian Gardos, I remember he went there. I can't remember if it was this season or last season, but I remember him in my career modes. Not only is he at Southampton, which means he gets a strong link there, but he's also Romanian, so that's incredible for this squad. I thought that was a pretty cool player to pick out. I know the Milner partnership may have been useful. Then we get Mateo Kovacic, we get Ross Barkley, Jimmy Dermaz, Artem Fedechki, and Yuri Zhirkov. Now, Yuri Zhirkov's not actually here. It was between Barkley and Kovacic. Now, I don't have any Real Madrid players in here, and of course, England players could be useful. So I do actually go for Ross Barkley in the end, because you never know. There could be a situation. Premier League players, a lot of them are going to be coming up. It could be very good. Next up, we get Claudio Kesaru, Gareth Bale, which is a pretty mental one. Robbie Keane, not really going to use him. Axel Witsel, which is good, but not very good for linking clubs. And then, of course, I had to go for Gareth Bale. It wasn't completely in focus there, but Gareth Bale, you got to go for him. Mad player. And he's got about 90 million cards for me to choose from. I'll just go for his right mid. I don't know if we'll actually even end up putting him in the squad. I don't know, because he's pretty expensive. Also, I want to say, if you keep hearing me like pressing my space button, that's because I'm trying to play that and then stop it. So I've already edited the card section, so you get why. You get why I'm doing it. And next up, we get Mesut Ozil. I had to get... Oh, what a man. What a man. Absolutely crazy. He's been really good this tournament. He got man of the match the other day. But then we got Rakitic and Thomas Muller. 2 very good choices. Had I picked up Kovacic, then Rakitic would have been great, but I didn't. So I didn't know what to do there. We got Moussa Dembele, which was making me consider it. This was an incredible choice, but I got Mesut Ozil. And you've got to go for Mesut Ozil, haven't you? So obviously we'll stick Mesut in the squad. Sadly, we don't have many German players. Had we taken a few of them, it might have been a little bit easier. I would have really liked to get a few more players in. I decided afterwards too that because we were running out of packs, that we should have just taken multiple players from like a couple of the packs. And that would have been one that I really wish I could have taken, say, Rakitic and Ozil, or Muller and Ozil, something like that, but we didn't, and that's just the way it goes. But next up, we get Selçuk Inan, we get Robert Mack, we get a few good players here, but I'm going to go for Selçuk Inan because honestly, none of them were really that impressive. That was just kind of one that we had just to make the numbers up. But then we get Vasily Berezutski, he was quite good against England. We get a double card for 2. I'm not sure what nationality. I actually missed that then. We get 2 Icelandic players for the next double card, which is pretty good. Thomas Nechid, and we get Marouane Fellaini. Again, if we'd taken Dembele or the other belt, I think it was Witsel, that would have been quite good. But Fellaini can do a job. He's another Premier League player. that is going to make it quite easy for us in the long run if we can make some Premier League players together. There is plenty of options, but still, there's a few other good routes we can take it to. But next up, we get Juraj Kuka again, a player that was offered right at the start. We get the Ashley Williams-Ben Davis duo. We get James McLean. We get the Grigory and Chiriches one we had at the start. And we have Tamas Prishkin. Now, I was quite stuck between who to go for here, so I needed to fill out the numbers. So we took both of them. We took Kukaj, who I wanted at the start. Juraj Kuka. And then we also took the 2 Welsh boys. So I thought that'll extend it a little bit. So then, without even really knowing, we actually run out. I'm not sure if I've missed 2 or I miscounted, but we're too short. But that's fine. 21 players is still more than enough. Is it? Yeah, 21 players. So I'm going to have a little work towards this squad. And I'm going to see what I can do. We're not going to get full chemistry. We don't have enough players that will work for it. We only have 1 goalie. There's a shortage in quite a few of the positions. But we're going to see what I can do. I'm going to try and get a good bit of chemistry going. And maybe we can get a nice little squad together. So, there we go, lads. This is what I have managed to put together. Now, it's a bit of a weird one, but we got 84 chem, which I'm pretty happy with. And actually, should I do this? I actually bumped the chem up by 3. So, for the sake of chem, just for a minute, we're going to say we got 87 and 81 rating. Now, a bit of a weird one. I kind of focused it on the fact I wanted Gareth Bale. Now, I probably could have quite easily got some of these guys in and Ben Davies and stuff and probably just premmed it all out. Put a couple players out of position in strike and we probably could have got full chem. But I wanted it to be at least like 3 different leagues, which we managed to do. We've got the Prem, we've got Serie A, we actually got La Liga, and we've got the Turkish League. Now, if we look at chemistry, I thought David Silva, in here would have made a bit of a difference. But actually, we lose chem because Yilmaz is on that full chem link. We've got Insigne over there on full chem. We've got Chiriches and our 2 centre-backs on full chem. Bale on full chem. Quite a few players on a decent bit of chem here. I was pretty happy with what I actually managed to do. But what I want to do, guys, is ask if you could do any better. What I'm going to say is I'm going to link, as always, my Twitter in the description down below. I'm not sure how many of you guys follow me, but you should do it. It's at Curtis Morton. But what I want you to do is I want you to send me a screenshot of you building this team with better chemistry. I want to see what you guys can do. I'm sure it's completely possible. If you want to go on Foot Ahead, FootWiz, any of those sites, take a screenshot of it with any of these 21 players in the starting 11, not like any serious changes to them. Send me a screenshot of it on my Twitter and I want to see what you guys can do. But I hope you guys enjoyed this second kind of Euro Lucky Dip video. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more of these. Smash that like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe, of course, if you're new around here. Have a fantastic day, guys, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!